Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel. Welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome back to those of you seasoned veterans of what we do around here. What we do around here is bring about conversations of a psychological, mental health, emotional health paradigm. We do that as often as we can, usually several times per week. We do that in a consistent manner, and ultimately we make decisions around that way in a positive direction. When we begin to do that, we also begin to understand how to improve daily life. This is the second in our empathic series. How do you know if you're an empath? Things that may lead to higher levels of empathy and that sort of thing. If you're looking for coaching in that area or life, business, relationship, habit change related stuff, would love to be of assistance to you whenever I can and wherever I can. So feel free to reach out at PO Perception on Twitter and or in the About Me section of this YouTube page. Either way, we move forward in a positive direction there. So again, this is the second half of our empath series. One is isolation. When a person is empathic and they are not purging their emotions in a productive way, purging emotions simply meaning getting rid of the overflow of other people's emotions in a productive way, they're going to feel more overwhelmed than is normal. That level of overwhelm either leads to emotional outbursts within themselves, constant stressors, or the belief that stress is never going to lessen, and ultimately that when the stress doesn't lessen, a person feels like they can't ever get ahead or they are never going to feel better, and that level of stress continues to be a basically a focal point in a lot of ways for that other person. Now, that ultimately leads to a whole bunch of challenges as it relates to ways to make things come together better, but it doesn't always turn out the way that everyone intends, which then leads to a lot of struggles in the nature of how to make decisions and how to make a better than average connective. This then leads to needing to go with gut feelings. Obviously, the gut, the sixth sense, the intuition, higher intuition, and empathy often go hand in hand because people can feel the emotions of other individuals, and then there's challenges with following one's gut when a person isn't ready to hear something, even though you may know it to be true based on your gut intuition or that sixth sense. How do you phrase your conversations? How do you speak to someone in a loving way when they're not ready to hear what you may have to say? These are all challenges that people may struggle with in a meaningful and masterful way. And if you hear thunder outside my window, a spring storm has arrived. Anyway, oftentimes these individuals also feel like they don't fit in, feel like they'll never fit in, feel like they don't have a place to belong, or that their place of belonging has never really found them. And so that becomes problematic for a number of reasons, not limited to the fact that who wants to feel that way continually, right? So when a person feels that they can't fit in, they're going to either emotionally shut down, stop talking about the way that they feel, deal with so much emotional overload that they stop being completely honest, and then emotional suppression internally can become an issue as well. All of these are hard signs and hard things to deal with, but at the end of the day, ultimately it can be super, super challenging. The next is boundaries. So people with high levels of empathy often have difficulty establishing and maintaining boundaries. The desire to help is often a key characteristic of the empathic person. They can feel the emotions of other people. They don't want to watch people suffer. Therefore, they overextend themselves, overhelp, overgive, and ultimately become out of balance. The problem with that then becomes, what does one do with all of that information? How does one manage all of this? And how does one maintain healthy boundaries, both in terms of allowing a person to make their own self-discovery and in terms of not overpromising themselves, in terms of committing to things they can't uphold, or keeping or making promises that they don't understand the full impact of. A lot of times people do this fully well-meaning individuals who just don't understand what they're getting into, especially if you're trying to do that for multiple people at the same time. Your level of awareness is often off kilter. So, in any event, hopefully this is helpful. Keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Until next time, everybody.